Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa, 914 Westchester County, New York. Doing another live video real quick. It's a little after 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can't explain my earth, wind, and fire. And all these elements are female elements. Yeah. And when I'm thinking about those elements, I'm thinking about the Chinese zodiacs. Because I know I'm a water ox. And we got plenty of other Chinese zodiacs running all over these YouTube streets, running all over the world. But I can't explain my earth, wind, and fire. I can't explain that. And what I mean by that, earth, that's a woman, wind, that's a woman, fire, that's a woman. I can't explain why I feel the way I feel about females. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not thinking about getting up in the next hour and 30 minutes to get myself ready to go to work, which I'm getting ready to do because I need some money in my pocket. But I'm sitting up here thinking about a woman's vajayjay. How do the Mexicans say it? Her chucha. That's what I'm thinking about. And I've always been that way. Yeah, I've dated men, but I don't think about a man like the way I think about a woman. I can't explain it. I've been this way since I was young. And I just thought to I said, I can't hold it inside. I can't hold it inside. I gotta share it with someone. I gotta share how I feel. Some women understand that. And they're not a part of the LGBT community. They're not a part of that. I remember when I was in prison and I used to share a cell with another female. I never thought about sleeping with my roommates. Never thought about sleeping with my roommates. I always had a girlfriend on the compound. Usually she lived on another building. I got lucky. I got lucky just before I left the penitentiary. I ended up moving on the same building my girlfriend was on. And I loved Nora. God knows I do. I do. Even now. And I haven't been with her in years. Every now every now and then I'll think about Nora. You know why? Because Nora used to take a lot of time with me. Nora used to be very patient with me. And she used to love to read books. And I remember she used to always come to my outside of my building. She'll send someone inside to come get me. And I'll go outside and I'll spend time with her. And we'll just be out there just reading the book. I remember the first book she read to me. It was the Delaney sisters, Having Our Say. Remember the Delaney sisters? They were two sisters that lived in Mount Vernon, New York. They were from North Carolina. I forget which part of North Carolina they were from, but they moved to New York years ago when they were young, and they both of them lived to be over 100 years old. The Delaney sisters. That book that they wrote, it was called Having Our Say. And the reason why I remember it so well is because it took Nora some time to read a book. It took her some time. And I used to just love to spend time with her. When I when I left the penitentiary in 2001 and I ended up in Columbia, South Carolina. I stayed in Columbia, South Carolina, and then I moved out of Columbia. I remember moving, and then I went to go live with Sergeant Crystal Reagan and her children for a little while. I stayed with Sergeant Crystal Reagan for 6 months. Then I moved to Greenville, South Carolina. When I moved to Greenville, South Carolina, I ended up getting a good paying job, and I got my first apartment ever. Got my first apartment ever. I was 30 years old. Now before that, I was in the penitentiary. I was in the penitentiary in my 20s, all through my 20s. I left when I turned 28 years old. I was 2 years short of my 30th birthday. And I remember when I moved to New York and I started dating women up there. I started dating women when I was in New York. I dated Nature. I dated Dolores. Nature I loved because Nature knew how to fucking cook. Nature knew how to cook. She wasn't very experienced in sleeping with women, but believe me, she worked with me. Me and Nature, we was together for a while. And then Nature messed around and got pregnant. And I still loved her, but I was like, you can't even have a baby. I can't be with you anymore. And then I started dating this woman named Dolores. And I met Dolores when I started working for West Hab Incorporated. It was a shelter system I was working for in New York. Can you imagine? I was living in the shelter. Well, I was living at the YWCA. It's right there on South Broadway. It was the women's YWCA on South Broadway. I was living there and I was working for the shelter system. I remember leaving from the YWCA. I moved in and started living with one of my sisters in New York. And me and Dolores, we was dating. And I used to love to body fuck her. Oh my God. That was the only woman that could make me cream just by her talking to me. A woman had more control over me than anything else in the world. And I knew in the back of my mind the reason why I was dating these women, the reason why I was creaming for a woman. It's because of what had happened to me years ago. I always knew that in the back of my mind. I said, my God, but do you know how it feels to be in love with a woman? Even now, when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about getting up and the next hour to go into the bathroom to take my shower, to put on my clothes that I just laundered, clothes I just cleaned, put them on, put my shoes on, tie my do-rag on my head, and walk to the office so I could get on a ticket today. And the only thing I'm thinking about real close is a woman. Y'all don't know how important it is for me to find me another girlfriend. Yes, I had a girlfriend when I came to South Carolina. And we were very open with our relationship and how we felt about each other. I loved fucking her. I loved fucking Kit Kat. I loved fucking Marisol. I loved fucking different women that came into my life, man. I liked having sex with women more than what I do with men. I haven't slept with a man ever since me and Birdman stopped talking. I haven't fucked with not one man, and I don't miss it. I don't miss the wood because it always gave me some kind of discomfort, some kind of unpleasant feeling. You know what I mean? Because there's some men that know how to fuck and others that don't. And, and I'm being honest. I'm being honest. And I love for my pussy to get sucked. I don't know about anybody else, but I know how I feel about that. But there is something about a woman's magic, her earth, wind, and fire. It's something about her. I can't get it. I can't stop thinking about it. I started thinking about it yesterday. I started thinking about it yesterday, real hard. I said, "Oh shit, I gotta go and get on a ticket so I can get some money, so I could do what I need to do for myself this weekend. Because I only plan on working today. I don't plan on working Friday. No, Friday, that's when traffic is too bad out here. I can hardly get home. I'm always getting home 2, 3 hours later. I will be glad when my job open back up. But I just can't get over the fact of a woman. And women are very strange and emotional creatures. I don't know how to explain it, you guys. Especially a woman that knows how to cook, a woman that knows how to clean, a woman that knows something about intimacy. It's not so much about sex with a woman that I am attracted to, it is the intimacy. Do you know how it feels to lay in a bed and a woman is holding on to you? And like I said before, you could hear a strange noise in the house, and the woman will jump out of that bed way before a man will and run to where the noise is coming from. I mean, you can't. I mean, I can't. I can't explain it. And don't you know that during the 50s and 60s, that homosexual feelings were counted as being a mental illness? I forget what year they took it out of that book, but oh, you know, my grandmother had an aunt that was gay, and my grandmother used to talk about how my aunt used to wear those those shorts. She used to wear knickerbockers. Used to wear those socks, those shoes, and her little caps because she used to dress like a little dude. And then as she got older, her her fashion changed. She stopped wearing the knickerbockers. She started wearing the long pants. And my father described her as having long black hair, and she had these bugged out eyes. And he said that she used to wear the army jackets all the time. What was her name? Aunt Rosa? It was something like that. And this woman could not get along with her mother. Yeah, because Grandma Barbosa is that woman's sister. They both had the same mother, but she could not get along with her mother, just like I couldn't get along with mine. You know what I mean? And I remember when I walked in that room to meet with my biological, family for the first time, my father looked and he said, "Oh shit, Aunt Rosalie she came back." and, and my daughter's body. Oh my God. She's gay. My child is gay. And I was like, I was already out of the closet by that time. Oh my God. To date a woman is different in the penitentiary. When you do it on the outside, I mean, there is no shame. There is no shame. And I don't mean no harm, but there's been quite a few women in the sector of YouTube I was attracted to, and they all knew it. Every last one of them knew it. But I know, I know that don't nobody belong to me. I can't have them feeling threatened by me. I'm a very threatening presence. You can feel the tension in the air. But some women on YouTube, they treat me just like I'm regular, just like them. Some of them, when they talk to me, like if I'm in their chat and they talking to me, I don't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, okay, they said something, they said hello, or they said something else, and I go on from there. It's different this time. It's different because now I don't be trying to think that every woman belongs to me. I don't be thinking, oh, I'm gonna marry that one, I'm gonna be with that one. No, it's not like that. Now, when I was on YouTube before, under my big channel, yeah, I used to think that way. To be the, yo, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna be her best girlfriend. I know that's not reality. So now I'm separating from what I was thinking before, and I don't know why the attitude has changed. Maybe something happened between me and another woman, and it snapped me back into reality. And I just love it when the women just treat me like regular, like really regular. Like if they see me in their chat, be like, "Hello, Arabia, how you doing?" I'm good with that. You know what I mean? I'll sit there with them, I'll laugh, and I'll talk with the other people in the chat. And then when I get tired, I'll leave. You know what I mean? You know? But I just don't understand why I wake up in some mornings and I be like thinking about a woman's affection. And sometimes it just grips me. It's very, very, and it's very difficult to explain. But I don't have anyone else to talk to about it. No one. Some of the women that's actually in my real life, like people I work with, they understand. Like Baltimore. Baltimore know I'm crazy about her. She knows it. She like, I know Arabia's crazy about me, but I gotta treat Arabia regular. And when Baltimore talked to me like she's always talked to me. But I think I remember sharing with you all that Baltimore is a little bit older than myself. So of course Baltimore is going to be more mature. Baltimore has children. So of course Baltimore is going to treat me as, and I notice one thing about all the women that have children, all of them treat me with a certain amount of respect. Every last one of those women, every last one. Those women that have children, and when they talk to me, I don't care where I'm at, they treat me a certain way. They talk to me like I'm their sister or something like that. They don't talk to me like I'm their girlfriend. Now there has been some women over the last couple of years that have talked to me like I'm the girlfriend. You know what I mean? And it's a different vibe. It's a different feeling. And depending on the situation, do I talk to her that way or don't I talk to her that way? And usually what I try to do, I try to respect the woman. I try to respect her boundaries. You know what I mean? Because I know how things can be twisted and turned. And I don't feel like someone calling 911 and I'm getting in trouble for some bullshit. I don't feel like it. I used to not care. I used to not care, but I do now. I'm like 51 years old. I'm no longer in my 20s. I'm no longer in my 30s. So I'm not hiding behind being young anymore. Because in a few more years, I'll be a senior citizen. And I need to calm down certain things. So, oh man, I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it. The only thing I can say is I hope as I get older, it gets better. You know what I mean? Because there might be a time period just like this where I'm not really seeing anyone. Now, my girlfriend that was coming to the house, she don't come like the way she used to. So it is what it is. We're fighting, so to speak. We're not getting along right now. So, you know. And do I miss her? Yes, I do. I do. Because I love when a woman touches me. I love when a woman goes into the bathroom when I'm in the bathroom with her. I love it. I love being in the tub and she's sitting on the toilet and we're talking with each other. I love eating with her. I love drinking a cup of coffee with her. I like drinking a beer with her. I like smoking a cigarette with her. I enjoy a woman's company. I do. I've always been that way. I just hope it gets better for me as I get older. I truly do. I'm out of here, you guys. I gotta get up and get ready to get out of here. Y'all forgive me. Oh, it's only what 2:37. So I only been up here talking for a few minutes, maybe a good 30 minutes. Y'all have an awesome day today. I'm gonna try to have an awesome day. Peace, y'all. One.